Since I spent too long planting the onions and garlic today, we're going to make enchiladas inside in a camp oven in my oven. I get the recipe actually off of the Las Palmas enchilada sauce. And the recipe calls for 2 cans of enchilada sauce, 3 cups of cooked shredded chicken, which I cheat and buy the already roasted ones from the grocery store, and then I just remove the meat from the bones. 2 cups of Mexican blend or Monterey Jack cheese. 2 cups I don't think is enough. We like cheese here. We use lots of it, so use as much as you like. 1 can of Ortega chilies. What I'm going to do is pull out some of the poblano chilies from my garden that I roasted and froze, and I'm going to use that instead of a can of Ortegas, but Ortegas will work. A half a cup of cilantro. We're not big fans of cilantro here, so we aren't going to add that. And it says 12 corn tortillas. I'm going to use 9 because I have the bigger size in the corn tortillas, so I'm only going to use 9. Then you preheat the oven to 350 degrees and then we'll get started. First thing I'm going to do is oil the camp oven just to keep the seasoning and the non-stick qualities. A little oil in the bottom, paper towel, what happens now when you put the oil in it is once you heat it up and the pores of the cast iron open up, is it receives the oil in, and that's what keeps it non-stick. That's how you season them, although most of the time they come seasoned anymore. Next we make the enchilada mix. This is all the chicken pulled off of the roasted chicken that I bought from the grocery store. We add 3/4 of a cup of enchilada sauce. This is the poblano chilies from the garden. And then we're going to add about a cup of cheese. Now we'll mix it up and put it in the camp oven. Alright, now we have the chicken mixture all mixed up. So next what we're going to do is pour 3/4 of a cup of the enchilada sauce into the camp oven. Make sure that it coats the whole bottom. Then we're going to add some of the tortillas, also to coat the bottom. Then we'll add some of the chicken mixture. Should be about half of the chicken mixture. Spread it around in there pretty good. And add about a half a cup of cheese. More tortillas. More enchilada sauce. The rest of the chicken. Spread that around pretty good. Another half a cup of cheese. Another cup or so of enchilada sauce. Last of the tortillas. Last of the enchilada sauce. And another, at least half a cup of cheese. I'll probably put a cup on because we like cheese. Then we'll cover it up and we'll stick it in the oven. Cook it for 15 to 20 minutes and it should be brown, bubbly, and tasty. When I'm cooking in the oven with the camp ovens, I put a cookie sheet down so that the feet of the camp oven don't go through the wire rack. So we'll just slide that in there and cook it for 15-20 minutes. Well, it's been in for about 25 minutes and the cheese is nice and gooey, but I think what I'm going to do now is put it back in the oven and without the lid on to brown up the cheese a little bit, maybe for like 10 more minutes. Yep, that extra 10 minutes with the lid off did a great job. You wouldn't have to do that if you were cooking it with charcoals, because you would have the charcoal on the top, which would get the upper heat coming down on the cheese, and that's what would make it look like that. So if you did this out on the Dutch oven cooking station with the charcoal, probably 25-30 minutes, and that would be perfect.